Hey, everybody on the 67-day challenge. Oh, I don't even remember what day it is for me. It's week 5, day number. Give me a second. Takes forever. Oh man, I should be ready for these things, eh? I should be, but you know. Anyway, um, so I have done a decent job, I must admit. This week was a tough week, but because I purposed in my spirit to do what I know I need to do, I think my therapist said it best when he's like, is there something you should be doing that you're not doing? Right? Because so often I try to follow all the rules or whatever, and then I'm like, oh, I'm exhausted and I need to take a break. Well, sometimes we need to actually do what we know to do. Any good plan works if you work the plan, right? So healthy eating, intermittent fasting, I did that well. So that is an 11. This one's for blood pressure and blood sugar regulations, which helps with my PCOS and my POTS. So it's not a diet as much as it's taking care of what's going on in my system. So on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Thursday, it's 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. That's the window in which I can eat. Then on Tuesday and Wednesday, it's 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. And then on Friday, there's only one meal, and that's somewhere between 6 and 7. So um, it doesn't mean I don't get calories. It doesn't mean I don't eat a big meal. It means that um, my body has time to process sugars. That's what it's about. It's not about not eating, right? It's not so much about not having food as to when I have the food. Um, and my snack at 11 a.m. might be very similar to a full breakfast, right? But it's just that it's been a little bit longer, so the blood sugars have had time to regulate better, and the calories that my body is using are stored calories, which affects how much weight I'm lugging around. Okay, so that's what that's all about. Um, Physical activity, I was very conscious of what I was doing and when I was doing it, including cleaning and what level of cleaning I was doing. Because my second job's a church janitor, right? So am I lugging the vacuum around, or am I just doing toilets, right? Like what level of cleaning am I doing? How often am I doing it? And even around the house, and then walking to and from work instead of driving, or even just grabbing that 20-minute walk around the block. I have a nice leisurely stroll 20-minute path that I take sometimes, and that's just for mental health and minimum. Do that very gentle stroll, and I did that well. Total was over 7.25 hours of purposeful activity, which is cool. And accountability, hi, I'm here, hello. Hydrate, really, really good. I got a minimum of 64 ounces of water. And then I added more green tea this week. And I always have my evening chamomile tea as well. Um, so yeah, I enjoy adding black tea or clear tea. That's what I should say, because black tea is a specific thing, but a clear tea to my life, along with the ever present coffee. Mm-hmm. Yes, some things never change. Um, Measuring progress. I'm measuring progress by using MyFitnessPal for calories and knowing when to stop specific foods, but also measuring progress there by actually inputting my exercise. And then I'm also measuring progress on the scale, and this week was excellent. I'm down 4 pounds this week. Can you believe it? It was like all this even keel, even keel, even keel. Keep doing the work, keep doing the work, keep doing the work. Right? Like it hit. And so I got to now assume I'm heading into a plateau again, and I'll keep doing it, keep go, 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 go. And then in a couple weeks, I'll see another dip, I hope, as long as I stay steady and don't ignore what I know to do. Right? So that's my progress reading. I finished The Prisoner's Wife. I am still on Try Softer. I don't want to rush that book. It's such a good book, but it's supposed to be done by the end of this week if I'm sticking with my mental health reading schedule. But if I'm not done, I'm not done. No, I have to try softer and not try harder, right? Like that's the whole premise of the book. Um, but yeah, so I'm working on that, and then I just started another book. I forget what it's called. I'll let you know next week because I won't be finished it early. I'm a slow reader. I read a lot, but I read slowly. Mental health. I'm still doing my evening and morning check-ins. I literally stand, when I get out of bed, I stand with my hands on the wall and I just stretch out my back and I do a scan all the way from my, oh, look at, like my balding head, all the way from the tip of my head, all the way down to the tips of my toes. I do a scan and I do a check-in and I say, okay, what emotions did I wake up with? And I don't do anything about it. I just stretch and do a scan. And then at night with my tea, I do another scan. It's a sitting down scan, and it's just a meditative breathe and see what emotions I'm going to bed with. And then, yes, again, my therapist, what am I not doing that I should be doing? That includes wearing compression socks. That includes making sure I get that water, making sure I don't procrastinate on the exercise. Like I actually do have that minimum 20 minutes a day. And then if I can do more, I do more. New thing, French manicure. I love it. Like seriously, I love this manicure. I like my little sparkles. You can hardly see on my video, but that's okay. It's good for my mental health to take a moment and do something slow and purposeful. And I do it with friends on Zoom. So they're chatting away and they know I'm doing my nails. They can't wait to see the finished product. They're like, show us when you're done. Okay, I'm on my second hand. I'm almost done. But we're chatting as I do it, right? And it's friend time. So it's really good for my mental health. That's a Tuesday night activity. First time though, I'm not anxious to pick a new color. I really like this one. Although a friend did say try it next time with pink tips, and we'll see. At work, I achieved something amazing. It was our annual accountant review, and I fielded all the questions, and my supervisor took a step back and let me answer all the questions, and then she had questions for me, and I was able to find an answer for everything, and I was able to say, give me a second, I need to think that one through. What did I do there? And then I could follow the process, but I was able to say, one moment, please. And everyone was fine with it. Nobody had an issue. We're on this Zoom call and nobody was saying, well, you should just know. No, there's so many numbers and facts. And I mean, I'm talking about year end, but meanwhile, in the everyday, I'm doing quarter end and a lot of billing and estimating, blah, 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 right? So I just needed a moment and to be able to say, to be at a capacity and to be at peace with myself enough to go, just a second. Give me a moment, please. And they gave me the moment because they respected me and because I could prove that I had the answers. But that capacity to ask for a moment for myself, that's big. Really, really big. Because I go. And if I don't have the answers, I get overwhelmed because I'm not thinking fast enough. And I'm like, no. Forget that. There's no room in my life for that. But that's how I've lived life for a long time. So this process, I'm building with the 67-day, hopefully a life that will be a pattern. That's the goal to this challenge, right? So that's why it's in here, even though it's a work thing. It's still pretty cool. So new things this week. My friend Nelia has a bundt cake recipe that I'm going to try. Also, I'm going to learn how to crochet a dishcloth. My sister has all the supplies for me. And I said at the end of this week, you're going to have a new dishcloth. It might not be great looking, but it'll be practical. And if I really enjoy the process, then my mom, my sister, everybody's getting dishcloths for Christmas. The other new thing I have is this guy. Like, it's still got plastic in it. These are the liners, though. But it's a bamboo steamer. which is really, really cool to me. I've only used a metal one before. And my daughter and I did Japanese meat buns a couple weeks ago. I think I've said that before, but um, we did them in a metal steamer. And they were fine, but I could tell they could be better, right? And so I said, as long as you're going to use it, we are going to get a steamer. So the ladies and gentlemen in my health group this morning, they were saying how we could do asparagus, how we could do salmon, they were coming up with ideas. But this is going to take out some cooking oils for sure, and it's going to be a lot of fun to try. So this is, I call it my daughter's steamer, but we all know Mom bought it for herself. Anyway, so those are my new things. How are you doing? What are your new things? I think the new things are, for my mental health, my favorite part of this challenge. I think it's because I'm consciously trying to do something new, as we are all very COVID fatigued here in southwestern Ontario, and quite frankly around the world. Even for the places that are opening up, we're not opening up quite to the same way, capacity, etc. Our life will never be what it was before, and that's okay. That's okay. I don't think we need to constantly be in the rush. And I hope that we take some very good social lessons out of this year, this past 15 months, and into the future. And it's going to be up to us to do that as individuals, to pace ourselves, to continue looking for new adventures, even if they're as silly as a new nail polish style. Like, they're not silly. That is the stuff that life is made of, right? A new steamer, that's the stuff life's made of. And with the internet, we can easily find recipes for things like that. And yeah, I just think it's really good and healthy to say, okay, guys, like to the kiddos down the hall past this wall, to say we need something new. You know, they're struggling with, like yesterday, there was a funnel cake food truck down the street, and my 13-year-old said, do I have to go? There's going to be a lot of people. And I thought, wow, I better get this kid out and about and not just on a car ride. Like, we go for walks, just him and me, but he needs to see people. He really does. He needs to be in an environment with lots of people again, and that's going to terrify him for a while. He's got some autistic tendencies, some ADHD tendencies, and he has found great security during this time doing this with his friends. And I have to consciously look for adventure, right? And so these simple new things every week is part of that adventure. So fill us in on how you're doing. Do a video. A lot of you, I love Jilly's pictures every day. Like, that's so exciting. I'm not that regulated, but then I do a really long-winded video for everybody. So yeah, kind of makes up for it. So sorry. Put me on triple speed or don't watch it all. As I say at the end of the video. Anyway, welcome to my kitchen table. You're welcome here anytime. And it's so good to do this challenge with you, just building a life we don't need a vacation from, and building a life that has rhythm and is accessible to just be healthy every day. Have a great week, everybody. And yeah, so whatever day you're on, just be on that day. Today for me is day 28. I know I have Kate, who is day 27, and I have all kinds of people doing this at all different days. So it's not about me, because I certainly didn't start this challenge, but I'm really, really enjoying it, and I'd love to see your progress and hear about how things are going with you. Bye, guys. Have fun, my friends.